What's happening? Hopefully everybody is well. So, just bringing you a quick update video. I didn't bring one on the weekend. I was just very, very busy. So, I did I did put a tweet out saying that I'm obviously just going to make them sort of a little bit together. A lot of people, there's been a fair few people, yeah, message me in terms of like some of the coins that they want to be covered, and they will be covered in next week's video. It's just in this one, this is going to be like a little bit of the weekend video mixed in with a few altcoins as well, just a little bit different. And I just want to touch upon some bits, pretty much just explaining some stuff that I have gone over previously, but yeah, I just want to explain some very interesting stuff. So, first, I'm just going to speak about Bitcoin. Once I spoke about Bitcoin, I'm probably going to. In fact, you know what? I'll just go through it as I go through it, and I'll try and be short and sweet. I mean, it might be a little bit longer than most. It might be like 30, 40 minutes, but I would watch it all because it is going to be very interesting and a little bit more of a thesis of why I'm expecting the markets to still go down. But if you can like, comment, subscribe, obviously share it about it. It does obviously help it as well. But yeah, I'll go into it. So I just first want to start off by saying why I'm still expecting a bit lower. A lot of people think that this can be the bottom of the market. It's not, in my opinion. Like, it's just not. Like, yeah, you've had. All right. So if you measure that to there, it is like a perfect one-to-one measured move. And you'd think any fucking anyone can do that. Like, that's why I think a lot of people are thinking that that's going to the bottom of the move, because it's a one-to-one measured move. It looks all right. We've come down a little bit where people are expecting. Right. What this is reminding me of, right, is when we was here saying, yep, bottom looks decent. Here, bottom looks decent. Right, bottom's in. Yep, bottom's in. Bottom's in. Bottom's in. Bottom's in. We're off. Bottom's in. This is definitely the bottom. I reckon we're about to fire off. Bottom. A lot of people here were fair few people, I swear, were actually saying we could go a little bit lower. Well, the mass was expecting we're going to go a lot lower, but it's the same. Like, people are picking the bottom way too early. Like, people are saying this could be the bottom, this might be the bottom, this and that. Yeah, it might be, but you don't need to keep trying to guess where the bottom's going to be. Wait for confirmation to say that the bottom is in. Like, I can just sit there and say, yeah, this might be the bottom. Yeah, this might be the bottom. This might be the bottom. Oh, this is the bottom. Like, just wait for a bit of confirmation. You don't need to be a hero. If anything, you look like a fucking spastic because you just keep saying that this is the bottom, this. Wait, the second we break that leg, I'll be all guns blazing. If I'm completely transparent, we break above this, I will be all guns blazing. I'll put a stop loss there. We come out and I end up getting stopped out. That's fine. I'll just reevaluate what happens. Once we break that level, this is a massive level in my opinion. I don't think we break it yet though, and I'll explain a couple of reasons why. Right? I've drawn this out before. I don't necessarily this have to come and obviously weak these lows. It doesn't have to happen. If you remember me watching previous videos, I have said that the reason I've just kept that here is because that was just a drawing that was on one of the other videos, right? I did say that we could come down and obviously go up. We could come down and go up. We could come down and obviously wick them lows. A, B, the running flat could finish there. The running flat could finish there. The running flat could finish there. Could go here and break these lows and then create an expanded flat. Doesn't matter where it goes. In my opinion, this is still a flat and we're getting a C wave. Now, what is very interesting is this is coming down in like a corrective fault, like is that wave one, wave two, wave three, wave four, and are we just going to wave five, and then are we going to go and we're literally just going to wick inside of this, right? That could happen, and if it does happen, like, you've still got one, two, three, four, and then wave five of like an ending diagonal, right? So like A, B, and then a wave C, very corrective wave C. That does look like the most probable. And if you remember me right at the high saying that all this is corrective, if you remember me, I showed this. I said we're probably going to come down in a fashion of something like that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, something like that, then fire out. And that looks like, it does look like what we are getting. Now, another, obviously, the more reasons why I'm not expecting the bottom to be in yet is way too many people are just, again, saying what I showed obviously here, where they're just saying that the bottom's in, this is this and that. Loads of people are just confused, just shouting and screaming that the bottom's in. It's not in until you break that, in my opinion. This bottom's in, yeah, but this isn't in until you break that, in my opinion. And even then, when you break that, you can still come up, deviate, roll over, and then still break this low. But I don't think that would happen. I think once you have broke this level, that is more confirmation that we are going to keep going. Right, that's rant number one. But I do think that we are going to come down. I do think we have got lower. And this was one of their interpretations, saying that, yeah, we could obviously do an expanded flat and wick lower, but to be honest, it's probably not going to do that now. This probably will not happen now. I'll be very shocked if it does happen, to be honest. I mean, we're probably just going to come up maybe a little bit, come back down over the next fortnight, or this is a wave 1, we come back up for wave 2, then wave 3, then wave 4, and then wave 5. So again, it's still like an ending diagonal, and that wave 4 comes in the price territory of wave 1. It comes like up into it and then back down. That could happen. Or it's just again a 1, 2, a 3, 4, and a 5. I think that's probably the most likely outcome. Until proven otherwise, I'm going with an ending diagonal, like I said, obviously near the highs, because obviously this was corrective, right? Also, I'm expecting a bit lower is Ethereum. If we break this for ETH, my thesis is wrong. We break that for Bitcoin, my thesis is wrong. The reason being is with ETH, it's the same. This to me just looks like a 1-2, like a 1-2, or this is going to come up a bit lower for a 2, and then we're going to have a big move to the downside. If this just keeps firing up, my thesis is wrong. That's fine, but I just don't know. Now, I did put out a tweet the other day saying, what did I say now? Something about some of the market most of it looks like it needs to come down. Bitcoin, Ethereum, CRV, a lot of the others, but then these other coins like ADA needs to come down. This is also thesis why this needs to come down. Right at the highs, if you remember, we've been expecting this to come down. This again could just be doing like a big 1, 2, 1, 2, maybe a 3, 4, 5, 4, 5, and then we're off, maybe. Or is that an ABC? Wave 2, then wave 3, then wave 4, then wave 5, ending diagonal. Again, you can't really tell just quite yet, but I still think this needs lower. Bitcoin needs lower, Ethereum needs lower, ADA definitely needs lower, Solana, in my opinion, needs lower. Like this, again, I feel is like a 1-2. Maybe this is a 1-2, and then we're going to just keep rolling over. I don't know how bad it is going to get, but I am expecting, even when you look at Ethereum, Bitcoin, remember the other week when I mentioned obviously ETH, Bitcoin, and I said that we're probably not going to be taking these highs. I said we're not going to be taking this high, and we're not going to be taking this high. And I still don't think we are going to take them highs. And I think we was over here Saturday, like here or up here. It was here, I think. Was it? Where was it? Somewhere. I can't remember. But yeah, this to me probably still looks like it's got a little bit lower to go. I don't really think it's finished. And look, let's say this falls a little bit. Let's say this falls. Let's say this does fall, and let's say this falls 20%. Right? This is Ethereum / Bitcoin. If this falls 20%, right? Total 2, I drew this literally right at the highs as well. Let's say total 2, which is obviously all of the markets excluding Bitcoin, right? Let's say this falls 16%. I'd say that's about right, right? And then let's say Bitcoin falls. So ETH is meant to fall 16% more than Bitcoin. Or not 16, let's call it 15 to 20%, right? Let's say this falls another, let's say 10%, right? So you need 20% on ETH. So let's say ETH falls 20%, right? I can easily see that happening. Again, this could still be 1, 2, 3. This could be coming up a little bit more, and then getting a 5, and then we're off, and it's just created an A, a B, and a C, and then we could be going, yeah, but how everything's looking up and how everything's shaping up, I do think that like the maths is, if it's correct, it all just looks great for lower. I think Solana's got, honestly, if this doesn't create a complex correction where you have a flat, a zigzag, and then you've got a triangle for wave Y, so this is a W, X, and then you've got A, B, C, D, E for wave Y of a WXY, which can happen in wave 2s, and then we go. If this doesn't create a big triangle, for me, this looks like it's about to eat shit. And I think he's gonna absolutely pummel down. And to be honest, I can see it happening. I can see when you take any of them lows out, especially this as well. When you wick this and you take these lows out, I think we do get to these lows pretty quick, and I think you're pretty much just gonna melt through them. There's not really fuck all until you get down to about this point. Like there isn't really, apart from here, but I can see us, coming down. Like let's say 1, 2, 1, 2, wave 3. you stall here for a bit for wave 4, then wave 5, then 4, then 5, and then obviously you're off. So it's created a flat, an A, B, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 4, 5. So 9 waves, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I do think we've got a fair bit lower. I think Solana looks very weak. I've not even looked at this. I haven't even looked. I should have. Hmm. That's pretty interesting, actually. Is that a three-wave move? Yeah, see, that's still a three-wave move. This to me shows it's got lower. Like, is that some sort of like leading diagonal? Like A, B, C, wave X, again A, B, and then C. I don't know. I'd have to really look into it. But even this, if this comes down, like this this might even make new lows. You don't know. Like this could just be a corrective move. But yeah, this looks like a three-wave move. Even if you look at Solana and Ethereum, I'm just looking at Solana because Solana probably does have the most. It's probably got the most downside. Yeah, that's got a lot more than Ethereum, 100%. Yeah, that's got a lot more than ETH. Yeah, but yeah, it just looks like it's just got a lot more downside to go, in my opinion. So does ADA, and obviously a few but some of them what I did mention, like AVAX, like AVAX nearly looks complete if this is a 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5, ABC, wave B, ABC, A, B, C, D, E, and then obviously you've got your C wave, and then you've come down for a flat. This again though still looks like it's nearly done. You've still got another like 10-15%, and it is a big altcoin, and I reckon Solana just loses a lot more than most. It just has a little bit more of a dump than most. But yeah, like wave 1, wave 2, wave 3, wave 4, and I still think we're going to come down to probably about $13. I've been looking at $13 ever since this higher wave B, if you've watched previous videos and previous posts. CRV as well. I mean, I tried recounting this to see if this isn't an ending diagonal, and is it like an ABC X ABC? Is it a 7-wave move? You can sort of count it as a 7-wave move, but it can still be a corrective ending diagonal. And if you do go on the daily, I'm not going to lie, it does look like a pretty decent ending diagonal. So yeah, but I still think we drew this right at the high as well, and this has been, yeah, perfect, pretty much. This has obviously just been here instead of obviously there, but yeah, I've not moved any of this as well. This has just been this has been from the photo, one of my posts, but I'm still expecting this to go lower as well. Even CVX, like this is interesting. I think, like when I said before, down here, I think some have bottomed, and some look ready to go. Like if I look back at, let me just quickly try and find, where did I put it? I know this is a little bit of a lengthy video, but I'm pretty sure some look like, yeah, I think it was, let's have a look where I said it. Pretty sure, because this is one of the charts, the reasons why I said it. Yeah, here. So an interesting point, to be honest. Some coins look like they need much lower, whereas some look ready to gigapump. Yeah, been busy, but obviously vid's coming, which is obviously this. But yeah, that's why they look like this. To me, this is complete. This is what's very interesting, because this you've got wave A, B, C, D, E for wave B, wave C, W, wave A, probably like an A, B, C, D, E again, and then a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 for wave X. You normally do come up to the wave B, but to be honest, you pretty much have come up to the wave B of one lesser extreme. And then you've got wave A, and then I reckon that is an ABC, wave A of a flat wave. Even if you go onto that, you can literally go onto this on the lower time frame, and it just looks great. Like you come down here for wave A, you've got an AB, you've got a flat there, so that's wave A. Then you've got wave A, and then an A, B, C, D, E, and then a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 for wave C. So wave A, wave B, and then again, it just looks like a running flat in my opinion. Looks great. And then obviously you've come back down. And even with this as well, I never even did this. I should have. Yeah, look. Yeah, looks great. Everything looks great. It neatly nice and meets all this yeah, confluence. Even if you draw obviously your channel from the top for W, from the top to wave X to wave W, you've tapped obviously the channel literally bang on. Look, bottom channel tap, which is great. Obviously, it's a one-to-one measured move as well. So obviously, if you put so wave A to wave B, so from here to here, obviously you've got, is that to there? Yeah, you've got a one-to-one. You've actually got 1.236, but then if you take it off log, it is a one-to-one and it taps the 0.702. But then if you take it off, it's the 1.236, the one-to-one of wave W and the 0.618, and it taps the channel. There's just a lot of confluence, and it looks great. Anyway, like you take it off log, that looks like a great second wave. Wave one, wave two. This is one of them that I think it is interesting that because when I see stuff like this, I like the whole market to sort of do it, and it can put you off sometimes because am I wrong on all the other markets? And is this going to do this? And then is Bitcoin going to explode? Is CRV? Did I get that first bit of a count when I said it ended diagonal for this wave? Have I got this wrong? This, and like instead of this crumbling, are we gonna? Is this like some sort of leading diagonal? Then are we going to come back down, and is this going to explode? And then maybe come back up here, then do something like this. I think Cred showed something like that. He's expecting something like coming up here or like up here, and then just keep weeding out. I'm not, but it could happen. But I still am just going to stick to this just because I've been expecting it the whole way, and I've literally drawn it out. Same for ETH. I'm expecting a lot lower. But it is interesting because when you've got stuff like this, and this was another one, Engine, I actually closed my shorts at such a good time. I was short up here and I added more shorts as well. And I added, no, I didn't add, I only added it twice. But yeah, this ended up being, yeah, a great trade. And I actually did take some profit when we got a bounce to here. I took some profit, and then I also took it out here, something like that. So ended up catching pretty much all the meat of the move, which was nice. But this again, this looks like this is a bit choppy for me, but it still looks good in terms of like a wave two, wave one, A, B, C, wave A, wave B, and then obviously a 1, 2, a 3, a 4, and then a 5. Engine looks like it's complete. So it is pretty interesting because you've got a few markets that to me show that they're, yeah, it's nearly ready to explode, whereas a lot of them just look like shit. If you remember me drawing this out as well, this looks a little bit like gobbledygook, I'm not gonna lie. But could it be it? I mean, maybe. Wave one, A, B, C, A, B, C, and then yeah, some sort of like a running flat, an A, B, and then a C. But yeah, it's interesting. It really is interesting. A lot of the markets are, to be honest. I just thought I'd show you my take. Just like, could I be wrong? I'm not. Look, I am still confident. I'm very confident, and I do still think that the market is coming a lot lower. Not loads lower, but yeah, a fair bit lower. And we've been bearish since the highs, literally right at the highs. But if this is a 1-2-1-2, like if all the market is literally like doing a 1-2-1-2, like the total ADA, like Solana, you really don't want to see that much more inside. Like if I saw something come up here, like you don't want to see that. You want to see this second be very small, like a 1-2, 1-2, 3-4, 5-4, 5, or it could literally just go like that. It could even be a little bit smaller, like a running flat and then go. But yeah, I would like ETH to come back and retest. I'd probably say I would probably say this region, but could it end in diagonal and just retest this and literally just go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and then off? Yeah, it could, but yeah, I'd like to either retest this region here or come back down here. I think this is a solid level, and either come down, wick it, and then go. But yeah, there's as well, like, whoa, there's another market that I was looking at before. What's this? Doge. I'm going to click on dot. Where's my other Doge chart? If you remember, I drew this out as well. This has been insanely, like, I drew this out when this was up here. For some reason, this has actually tapped this a fair few times. Like, if I would have just put that there, that'd have been fucking ridiculous. But I hadn't even moved this bottom line either. But yeah, even this, like this looks like this bottom could be in as well. This is another one. Like ABC, WXY for wave B, then an ending diagonal, and then you've come back and you've tested 0.610 and the 1.0. You've literally just wicked that liquidity and grabbed it, which looks great. You've come back into this region of support, and then obviously you've got a decent bounce. If this keeps going, what I'm waiting for, I'm not asked about long in the bottom, because there is one chart that ended up falling out of its arse. And was it Algo? that I didn't expect. Yeah, did not expect this to make new lows, but this ended up making new lows. Like this chart looks like the other charts, apart from this chart actually broke the lows, which I can't, like looks like this chart. This could easily just tumble over and break the lows. So what I'd prefer, and let me just quickly go back to DOT. It looks like DOT as well, what I was just talking about. So if we go back to DOT, again, imagine if Bitcoin does come down, ETH does come down, this bottom isn't even in. This is just like a three-wave move, and we're just going to keep going down and just keep falling down. So it is interesting, but I am sort of in the camp that this bottom could be obviously in as well, but it is a little bit gobbledygook. But just want to see more follow through. If you've got something like a 1-2, a 1-2, a 3, a 4-5, 4-5, I'm literally just going to wait for this level retest, long, stop there, long, and then just keep adding to my position if we keep coming down. So that's sort of how I'm going to play it on a few of the markets, really. You don't need to catch the absolute bottom, catch the next wave's bottom. So then you've actually got somewhere to put your stop. Like you can just keep obviously adding to positions here and just have you stop at the bottom. But look how big of a gap that is compared to if we come up, we come back down like this. Like I can just long here. It's a better risk to reward than that to there. That makes sense. Shorter, and I'd rather just be patient, to be honest, because of what I saw in algo, and it's thrown me off a little bit. Because if the market does dump and that actually isn't the low, it's going to be quite interesting. Lastly, saving the best till last for the people that have stayed. So I have actually explained this, so I'm just wiping my eyes. I've had a long week. Right. So sorry for coughing, bursting your eardrums. I explained this before, but I'm just going to explain it again. Do you know what? I reckon this is the chart. Is this the chart? Don't know what that is. Fuck that. This might just be my alternate count. Yeah. It is, yeah. I'm just going to go back to this one. Fuck it off. Ah. Right, anyway, we'll just look at this. Ignore the alt count. Ignore that that's the fifth. That's just the alt count. A, B, C, and then we could go sideways and just eat shit. I don't think that's going to happen, but it is an alt count. So, wave 1, wave 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That, in my opinion, is the easiest count I've ever seen to count wave 1. Right, there's no other, physically, like anything else, it just doesn't look right, in my opinion. Like it really is the count. Now, once we've got this wave 1, right, wave 5 obviously cannot be as short as wave 3. Now, what you have to do is put that there and then that here, right? And is that on log? Yes. So, wave 5 cannot exceed 400 grand, right? Which ain't gonna happen anyway. So that's not a very good reference. I just wanted to show you because I had someone say, well, wave 5 is going to end up if we come up be bigger than this. So that just trumps that idea, right? 400k is your limit. Now, ignore all this. Wave 4's there. This is just the alt count, right? So, wave 3, wave 4. What you've got here, an extension, all pretty much I've found, I would say 90% of the time, a expanded flat always precedes an extension. Pretty much all the time. So when you get an expanded flat, you're going to get an extended wave. Now, what is very interesting is we've already had an extended first wave. So you've got your wave 1, you've got your wave 2, you've got your wave 3, you've got your wave 4. Now, as you can see, the reason why wave 3 was probably not extended is because you've just had an extended first wave and you got a lot of selling. Not only that, the first wave was extended because there's obviously there's hardly any liquidity as well. All right. Obviously, back then you was looking at this and you was like, back then, if I was in crypto in fucking 2015, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, I'd be expecting this to probably come a lot lower. I'd probably have expected it to come down to maybe like at the bottom of, probably down to, probably lower, probably a lot lower, probably like all the way down here. I'm not going to lie. I wouldn't have expected this to absolutely rip. But then when you add a wave 2, which is this length, you're going to get a similar wave 4. So that's what you got, a similar wave 4, right? Now, you have an extended wave 1, not an extended wave 3, which can happen. You can get an extended wave 5. Now, what's happened is you've got the extended wave 5, in my opinion. You've got 1, 2, well, it is extended, you can see it. The subwaves are you can tell the subwaves a mile off. Like, look, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You can see the subwaves. In this, you can't really tell subwaves. It's just straight up, right? With this is the exact same. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's not right. 1, 2, 3, A, B, C, and now you're going to get your fifth. Now, what's interesting is you've got an extended fifth inside this. That's one extended fifth, because you can see 1, 2, 3, 4, and you're going to get a fifth, right? So this is your extended fifth. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You've got an extended fifth inside of this. So you've got 1, 2, 3, 4. So you've got an extended fifth inside of the whole move. You've also got an extended fifth inside of this move. And then you're going to have an extended fifth, which again is going to go like this. Instead of it just going like straight up or straight up, even though you can see all these little subwaves, right? This again is going to be extended. So this is going to look like these moves, these big moves. This is big compared to these little pullbacks, if that makes sense, right? So you've got like a wave 1, A, B, C, wave 2. Then you're going to have, again, your wave 3. And then you're going to have a triangle that, to be honest, I can probably see this triangle just sitting at about 70 to 80k for a few months like this. I really can. Or you come up, you're either stuck under it or you sat probably about, yeah, I reckon, yeah, we're probably going to come up to here, because if you put this here, right, the wave 3, because of this wave 1 is running flat, you're going to get an extended. You're not going to get a 1.618. You normally get, when it's a running flat, a 2 multiple. You normally get a 2 multiple, or when it's a running flat, if it is what I've been saying, A, B, C, right? Or an expanded flat. Running flat, very bullish, it goes up. Expanded flat. Imagine we expand and flat and we come back down and go under this. This again is going to be even more extended. But even running flat is going to be higher. So if you get a running flat, this is going higher. You get an expanded flat, Bitcoin won't go as high. But it's still going to go high. You normally come to 2.0 multiple or 2.618. To be honest, I can probably see us coming up here. Everyone thinks the top's in because we've broke about 88k. We're not going to 100k. Blah 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 blah. A, B, C, D, E. Everyone's expecting us to just fucking eat shit. And then you've got your final chug all the way up. That's going to be fucking parabolic and pretty much straight up. I mean, it's going to be nuts where it goes. Look, bubbles. Let me even just show you something in terms of bubbles, right? So yeah, that's that. So I think that this is going to be extended inside of this extension, and then it's like an extended fifth, like a fifth of a fifth of a fifth, a fifth of a fifth of a fifth. So you're going to have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, which is extended. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, which is extended inside of the big fifth. Now, what is interesting as well, I say that a lot. I need to stop saying that. It pisses me the fuck off. So like, look at this on the Nasdaq. I am going to show, someone mentioned about gold as well. I will show what I'm seeing on gold and a lot of other markets in the next video. I just wanted to obviously string this one together with this and just explain some bits that I am seeing, why I'm expecting it lower. Take a breath. This is the Dow shit, yeah. Right, Nasdaq. Right, this looks like, look at that. That is fucking on one. Like, it still looks great. You can even say that's a running flat, A, B, C, and then you just keep going. And then this is a 1, 2, a 1, 2, a 1, 2. Is that going to be an absolute third of just absolute surge? Who knows, but it does look great. But this could, yes, just go like this, which has created like a something like that, and then eat shit. But I need to explain more that I am seeing on the Nasdaq. But again, with bubbles, right? Like, you take it off log. In fact, I'll keep it on log. Right, this is the .com bubble, right? Like, when you're running up, people are going to be thinking, oh, shit, we've already done a 2x. Could that be the top? We're going parabolic. Right, that's the top. Oh, oh, like, oh no, that's the top. That's the top. But that actually was the top. What I'm trying to say is bubbles can go on for a lot longer than most people are expecting. If it is a fifth of a fifth of a fifth with as an extension, Bitcoin, crypto, and like commodities, Bitcoin follows like commodities in terms of, not follows them, sorry, that's the wrong terminology. Bitcoin is very similar to commodities, where it a lot of the time can have extended fifth waves, and in this you've got three of them. Like it's going to be fucking parabolic when it gets going. Even this, like again, right, we've had the top, we've had the top, we've had the top, no, that's the top. Nah, that's the top of the Nasdaq. Like, is it though? Like, look, like you could have said any of these were the top, and then you've gone from here, which is $1,000, all the way to five. You've done like a 4x from like 1,200 to nearly 5,000, like a 4x in the space of probably half of the length of what it took for all this to even happen. Half of the time, sorry. Like you've literally come from 98, yeah, like literally not a year and a half, and you've done a 5x. Like things can, when they go sharp like this, they do crash, and I am expecting it to absolutely eat shit when it does crash. But just to give you like the explanation that bubbles once, like they can keep going for a long time. Like it can just keep going. So when people are going to be expecting, let's say this comes back down here, right, where I'm expecting, we come up, we do something like this, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, yeah, like here, and then people, we do something like a just a long triangle for maybe a good few months. People are expecting us, right, that's it, we're only going to about 88k or whatever. And then imagine if this fifth wave's extended. Like just imagine if this fifth wave's extended. Like, and this fifth wave also goes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and imagine if we go up to like 190k. I don't think that will happen. I'm just fucking fantasizing. I don't think it will, but it easily can happen. Like, and if everything else is getting euphoric, the stock market, everything else is, then Bitcoin's only going to go with the stock market. And then once this bubble really does pop, yeah, it is going to be an absolute shit show. And I think Bitcoin's going to come back into this region, this box, and I don't think we're going to go lower, somewhere between 10k and a 3k. That's what I think is going to happen. But yeah, like look at that, like that just looks great for a top. It's going to be similar to this, but just remember, probably, no, to be honest, I take that back. It's probably not going to be just as parabolic. Like, do you know what? No, I take that back. It probably will be just as parabolic as this, the last little push up. But obviously, just remember that you're buying a Bitcoin at, let's just say, I think the top's going to come in anywhere from about 80 to 145. I think 145 might be the best place for a top. Yeah, about 145. I think a lot are going to be expecting about 150, but I think it's going to come in at about 145. But yeah, like they can obviously get parabolic, and when this really, like again, you think this is going to be the top, and it's not got much legs because you've seen a triangle, and people are going to be expecting that one last little push, but that one last little push can literally just do that and just absolutely shoot to the upside, and everyone's buying in. And like I showed before, you can literally do a 4x. Imagine you do a 4x from 70k or a 3x and you're at 210 grand. This is just, again, hypothetically speaking, but yeah, I think it's going to be very interesting. And what I'm seeing with a lot of alts as well, where they are, need a lot of liquidity. And if it's programmed in, which I think a lot of it is programmed in, which is very backwards. I can't believe I'm even saying that, programmed in, but it's meant to happen with Elliott wave analysis. I can't explain what I'm trying to. You'd have to really sit me down on a call, and I'd have to really explain. But yeah, everything happens sort of for a reason, and it's weird how everything does happen at the right time when you need it to happen. That's what I'm trying to say. But yeah, that's pretty much it really. I've not really got much else to explain. If you can, like, comment, subscribe, share, and please do get it about. But I just wanted to explain that like, because we've got a ABC expanded flat, this wave is going to be extended. That's what I was trying to say as well earlier. So because this is going to be extended, like, yeah, it's going to be ridiculous in my opinion. It's going to be great once it really gets going. Yeah, that's not really a real interpretation. Oh shit. Like, is it going to be 1.618, the length of wave 1, and come up to about 170k? Very plausible. A lot of the time, like this stuff, like I remember Cred, like obviously a lot of you know Cred, like he sold his bags, Credible Crypto, like he was selling his bags here, and he was selling his bags here, I believe he said. Like again, that's when you in Nasdaq, if you sold your bags, where I showed before that absolute step up, which took nowhere near the amount of time as all this. Like he's selling your bags at 4k. You got a 5x to 20k in a matter of no time. And a lot of people, I think, sell out too early. I'm not saying you have to time the top, but like when we're about 80k and people are selling out, yeah, if you want to sell out and go into alts, that's fine, you do that. But like, and I will not be in Bitcoin at this point. But like, what I'm trying to say is like back then, you didn't know about the alt seasons and stuff. Like people are selling the bags here, thinking that obviously the top's pretty much in. We've not really got much room to let, and then bosh, like you've gone from 4k all the way to 20k in the matter of literally 3 months. And I'm just saying, like, once this gets going, it's going to get a lot of attention, especially with the narrative. Like, we've literally had Max Payne already. Like, it's been an absolute catastrophe. And yeah, extended fifth of a fifth of the fifth. I think this has got legs. Even if this just come down and makes an expanded flat, it's just going to be very interesting. Very interesting, even though I probably don't think it will now. And it wasn't the main thesis anyway. I just showed that drawing. This is just a drawing from the first video, and I've just left it in there. If you remember, I have been saying that it literally can come to any of these points inside of this. Oh my god, that was terrible. Why did I just do that? But yeah, any of the points inside of this structure to obviously create like a running flat. But yeah, it's interesting. It very is interesting. I need to stop saying interesting. But yeah, like I said, please get it out there. It's been a pleasure. Hopefully, yeah, this is a decent video. And I do need to make them. I need to be a bit more organized with them. I have just been very, very busy lately, but I do need to. It's not an excuse, an excuse. I'm just using an excuse, but yeah, I do need to obviously get a lot better at doing them and keep them a little bit more structured. But I just really wanted to explain what I was seeing and why I'm expecting the bottom not to be in just quite yet. But yeah, new video will be out on Saturday, and yeah, peace.